Oh my freaking god. Did you see that? He got his guts ripped out. Oh my gosh. Like, ever since he was first introduced into the series, like, we knew something big was going to happen. And then he shot himself, which led to him falling down into the crowd of zombies, along with bringing Glenn down with him. And then he got his guts ripped out. Oh my god. That was pretty gruesome. I cannot lie. Notice I didn't say Glenn's guts getting ripped out. That's because he is still alive. Well, at least according to every single major YouTuber who covered that last episode. But still, there are some who still speculate as to if he actually survived. And in this video, I'm going to explain AMC's reasoning behind taking such drastic measures of killing one of the most OG characters in Walking Dead history. Or at least doing a very good job of making it look like he got killed, because to be honest, I thought he got killed. Like, I thought he died when I watched that clip. It was only the very next day when I went to school that everybody was talking about it. Like, they were refusing to believe that Glenn got killed because he's like everybody's favorite character. He's been in the series like not the longest, but for quite some time, like ever since like episode 4 of season 1, which led me to question if he actually died, because yes, it does look like he got killed. He's surrounded 360 by zombies, well, minus the trash can of course, but like it looks like there's no way you can get out. But like when you really break it down and look into like every possible outcome or factor that can contribute to his possible survival, you kind of get a bit more optimistic as to if he'll appear in season 6. Okay, let's do a little recap on that last scene. Alright, so we first started out with Nick and Glenn on top of the dumpster, and they're like completely surrounded by zombies, and then Nick thanks Glenn for some odd reason, and then shoots himself. Then he falls off the dumpster while bringing Glenn down with him, and let's just take a moment to realize how fake that clip looks. I mean, come on, that's pathetic. Like, did he try to catch him? Like, what? Anyways, he's on the ground completely surrounded by zombies, and he's like, yeah, I'm probably going to die. Which, it kind of does look like he dies in this scene. Like, he's getting his guts ripped out. Like, come on, man, those zombies are pretty hungry, and he's surrounded. Alright, so now let's do a breakdown. His first mistake was letting Nick up onto the trash can. Like, he should have just pushed him off and used him as bait, like Shane did. Unfortunately, he doesn't do that, and now they're completely surrounded by zombies. Now, a lot of people make the argument that they can just jump to the fence on the right. Yeah, no. If you tried that, you would get eaten alive. There's zombies with their hands up all over the place. There's no chance. Not to mention that one's white and the other's Asian to make matters worse. Anyways, Nick's like just AFK from life. He's like zoning out, looking at the zombies, freaking out, and then he points a gun at his head and he's like, "Thank you." I'm like, what the fuck? And he shoots himself. Glenn gets blood all over him, and then look at this, he tries to catch him. Like, are you kidding? Are you that stupid? Anyways, he gets knocked on the ground, and there's like zombies all over the place, and he just gets eaten alive. But now notice that like there's no like actual bite marks on Glenn. Like, you don't see that in this clip, and I think AMC's doing that. Like, they did that for a reason. Like, maybe just to give us hope that he's not dead, because pretty much every death in The Walking Dead has like some bite mark or gunshot to the head, or they get like blown up. Now, the most popular theory of his survival would be that the guts appear to be pulled out where his chest would be. Therefore, the guts must belong to Nick. Unfortunately, however, after further inspection, you'll kind of realize that the guts do appear to be pulled out where his stomach would be, and the clip where they're zooming out kind of proves this theory wrong as well. Now, those backing the theory of Glenn's death would argue that Glenn is screaming. So obviously those must be his guts. But then again, wouldn't you be screaming too if you just saw someone's intestines get ripped out? And then some say that he can just get under the trash can because they're all focused on Nick. And as you see, I mean, that's kind of possible, I guess. I'm not sure if it's high enough where you can do that, or you can just climb in it and wait it out. But then they'd know he got in there. And as you can see right here, there's already some zombies reaching for his face. So, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, there are a bunch of theories as to if he actually died or not. Which, another one that would counter the theory of Glenn's death would be that Glenn got covered in Nick's blood. Therefore, he would be invisible to the zombies. But then somebody would say, oh, well, that's only for the rotten blood, not for the normal, like, human blood. But what's the line between rotten and normal? I mean, like, the dude at the CDC said the infection is already inside them, regardless if they're infected or not. So, I mean, yeah, the blood would disguise them from the crowd of zombies. Now, all those theories of Glenn's survival wasn't even what ensured me of his inevitable return. This, however, did. What you see here is the set of Season 6, and surprisingly enough, you see Glenn in the background. I'm not sure that's just me, I think it's everybody who saw that, and I think we all know he's going to be back in Season 7, and possibly even late Season 6, depending on how AMC plays their cards. And my predictions for how they're going to bring him back would be they would convince us that Glenn died. They would have to like drop the bomb, crush our dreams and hopes of ever seeing Glenn ever again. And then at the end of some episode, they'll give us the smallest sliver of hope for his return. AMC, however, will have to be pretty careful when they do this, because if they mess it up just a bit, it will tarnish their reputation. Like, if it's somewhat cheesy, just a bit cheesy, we'll lose respect for the show, and that would not be good. But they will bring him back. I'm optimistic. Everybody's optimistic for Glenn's return.
Flood my soul.